Alright, cool. I'm gonna just run this down. So rather than rambling, we're just gonna talk about the themes, symbols of Jyestha, deity, and then we'll break down the chart to see if the themes match what we see on the chart, right? So Jyestha is known as the chief or eldest, represented by a talisman, an earring, an umbrella, or any type of amulet used for healing and or protection, like shamanism and things like that. Right? Jayasa is the eldest. Is Indra, chief foremost of the demigods and devas. The chief of heaven. You dig what I'm saying? Lord of the heavens, Lord of Swarga Loka, right? So chief eldest, chief is the one who disposes. He puts the plan together. He is the most responsible. It represents having responsibility and a strong sense of duty. Boom. What else could I say? So Yesta, yeah, we're gonna continue. Presiding deity is Lord Indra. Indra is mentioned the most times in the ancient Vedas, not the more recent Puranic mythologies, but the ancient Vedic, like Vedic, what we really going on. Because we always want to go back as far as the source will allow us. You dig what I'm saying? So Indra is regarded as champion of heaven, chief of the demigods. It relates to combat. It relates to an immense amount of effort. You dig what I'm saying? Consistency, um, um, pressure. You dig what I'm saying? Fame, renown, all of those things, right? Ability to conquer and pull. Oh yeah, so Indra is like, so being chief of heaven. In the Tao, they call this thing Shin. Shin is the spirit. Shin is quickening. The spirit is quickening, right? Indra has, what is it? Vrata, Vrata. It's a lightning bolt. So he got a lightning bolt. Indra, Indra represents kind of like a spiritualized sense of self. It's the champion of heaven, so therefore it's operating from the highest plane possible, and then it's kind of seeing all of the affairs below it, right? So it's the mind. Now, Indra is covered in eyes, so it's about scheming, seeing things, knowing, or being vigilant. It's about being vigilant. He was covered in eyes as a result of like having a curse reversed, because he at first was covered in a bunch of vaginas because he was so lustful and so easily stimulated. Dig what I'm saying? Like a pussy do. Easily influenced, squished, and pushed around, just like a pussy do, right? I did notice this thing too in my like just my day to day. I was like, like it kind of it used to vex a nigga's spirit if I shake your hand and your handshake was kind of soft. But there's something to that. Like, why do I get good about that? Looking at it now, if you shake it, moving forward, shake somebody's hand. If they got a firm handshake, you can count on that person probably being a giving person and not likely to ask you for anything. They're not likely to look for help. They probably ain't going to get much help. Now you shake somebody else's hand, if it's real soft, you can assure that that person's about to ask you for something. They guarantee going to ask you for something. It could be a ride, it could be some money, it could be whatever. They're going to ask you for something because those with soft handshakes, uh, uh, um, they're gonna need to get help. They're gonna saying that handshake is showing you probably ain't gonna be able to carry certain burdens just on your own and shit like that. I just asked my man today. I was like, "Oh yeah, he be asking such and such ask you for shit." Younger brother, he eldest means that older siblings and shit. So he was saying this younger brother. I was like, "Well, what is handshake like? Is it so?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, he probably gonna need to ask for help and need help in life and shit like that. It's how it works because you my dog. Me and you shake hands, that shit sound like thunder. If we got, if we ain't in the car and shit like that, shit sound like thunder. I wouldn't ask you for shit. You feel me? But you can ask me for shit. You understand? It's just an understanding right there, right? So, being a champion, being the chief disposer, Indra lands the strength. It lands this month with strength to take charge, take responsibility over goals or overseeing projects, right? They give strategy and occult matters. So the Shakti for Jyestha is the power to rise above perils and to conquer the subconscious. Power to rise, overcome, conquer, gain courage in battle. So the idea is that this month, we got some, because it's Mars sign, Mercury star, and Mars is presently in on sign of this new moon. So strong energy, strong willpower, effort to get it done. Charged with the moon and the sun, friendly planet. So, I mentally we gonna be in a space where it's like, oh yeah, I'm able to take charge and initiate or, rise above the bullshit that I came through. Jyestha also, this is Gadon's zone, so it's a karmic influence. It's like we shaking things off, we having to let some shit go. You feel me? Now, this next jump. Associated with this star is Alakshmi. It's an aspect of the energy of Lakshmi, which is fortune, fruits, blessings, material enjoyments. When you get material wealth and things like prosperity, we'll use the word prosperity. Jyestha, right? Just going with the energy of the Alakshmi. Jyestha is the eldest of the moon's wives. She became jealous at the bias that Chandra had given towards Rohini, when we talked about that in the full moon Rohini video. So when she discovered this, she went to tell her father Daksha, who is impatient, hot-headed, you dig what I'm saying, very impulsive, about this, what she saw as a impartial, biased treatment. So in outrage, Daksha cursed Chandra to consumption and to wane and waste away into an impoverished state. You dig what I'm saying? Eventually, through penance to the Lord, he was allowed to rest, like Sabbath, because the new moon is Sabbath. So he was allowed to rest, relax, find salvation. You can find your salvation and rest. I have to find that scripture. He was allowed to wax back into fullness after being in suffering and desolation. So now, the idea is that leading up to this moment where you get your talisman back, you get your seal and amulet of protection, where you get the blessings and energy and strength from the chief of the heavens to restore, rise, overcome, conquer the subconscious and conquer over schemes, enemies, and all the little harsh things that we might have went through leading up to now. You dig what I'm saying? So going with the wife, Jyestha, wife of the moon, it's like, motherfucker accusing you of partial treatment and this and that, and they bad mouthing you to other people, and then these other people is sitting up there and they put negative ass energy and things all on your spirit and all in your war and in your body, right? And in your efforts. They doing all that bad mouthing, back talking you and all that with the hopes that you waste away into poverty. Into poverty. And that's just like how scarcity model is, that's how white supremacy act and shit like that. It's just all we gonna put pressure on you. Endless fucking pressure just from everywhere and stuff like that. We're gonna talk bad about you. You got an upper hill to climb. And you better not leave us. And you better still treat me like I'm not, putting a fucking knife in your back every time I keep putting everybody else in your business. You better still appreciate the fact You better fall for this gaslighting and appreciate the fact that, like, I'm even around when you in such a shitty state. It's like, no, you kind of, this motherfucker went out their way to do things, whether literally and physically, or if it was emotionally, or if it was spiritually and shit like that. They conspired against you, hoping that you would end up in poverty, in an impoverished state. All not knowing that, bitch, ain't nobody coming to your dumb ass. I'm about to go back. I'm about to go to the Lord. You feel me? Who will annihilate my suffering, and who is addicted to coming to get me when I'm in a suffering state, because I have nobody to turn to but the Lord Himself. Fucking goofy. And that be really the issue with jealousy. That's the issue with envy. It be a motherfucker that's impoverished themselves, hoping to, you see their worth by bringing you into poverty with them. And the motherfucker might have this much more than you now, because they made sure you got this much. Fucked your stable up, just fucked everything up, causing this. And in a way, you're to blame, because you seen something. Now, let's talk about the story again. Why did the moon decide to spend all his time with Rohini? Because Rohini is the star of growth, the star of ascent. So it was like, they was elevating when he was in that star. You know what I'm saying? They were growing. Shit was growing. They was making money. You dig what I'm saying? Things was being produced. Things was being made use of. It was fertile. You dig what I'm saying? It wasn't all bleak and grim and like a void. It's like every time I pour into this motherfucking junk, it's leaking out elsewhere. And then it's leaking in places that you ain't got no business trying to, like, what are you doing? So then I gotta say, all right, the soil that I'm playing in is kind of like, it just ain't working. You dig what I'm saying? So, but all the other wives, like Jyestha probably, if Rohini treated Chandra's son Mercury, but the best, or as if he was one of her own, where all the other 26 treated him with bias, but then can't handle when that bias is kind of thrown at them. You dig what I'm saying? Now it's like, I want to see you impoverished. Yeah, but remember when I had that idea, Mercury, when I was working on some Mercury, or when I told you some Mercury, and you decided to kind of like ignore that shit? You ain't pay no mind to them things? Yeah, okay, cool. Now I'm somewhere. I'm in an environment, or I'm with somebody and shit like that, or I'm doing something. I'm into something that now brings me happiness. Moon, exalted moon in Taurus, bring me happiness, peace, fun. Is like changeable. Like it's always something new type shit going on. Okay, cool. Now I just rise above any perils, and I conquered the subconscious. I done conquered the enemies. I done conquered those in battle, or those that was dealing with that shit. You feel me? It ain't even like God gonna always make a way. We just sometimes don't have that much patience. And like for myself and those that I communicate with, actually, in actuality and shit like that, we all going through a period of transformation, and the main remedy is patience and hard work. So now natal chart. So this the chart for the new moon in Jyestha. The new moon is a time of stillness, total surrender. The Sabbath is when the moon sun come together. We plant a seed and we set an intention. And new moon give themes that will be present for long the month ahead, right? So Jyestha is linked with, do I got that Joan up? Jyestha is related to business in the material world. So look, business in the material world, a surge of energy that can bring out the leader within. Okay, positive or negative. Some people might give a tendency to take charge, get things done, or bossy and authoritative. It's an intuitive, shamanistic side, spiritual. Okay, business in the material world and leadership. Now we're gonna look at this chart. So ascendant tell us the focus. Ascendant Lord tells us where the focus will be. You dig what I'm saying? And then the other houses that the Ascendant Lord rules over. You feel me? Mercury, third sign Gemini. It's about communication, right? The new moon is in the 6th house, which is about routine efforts. It's either suffering or upachaya, so it's improving things, or shit is just deteriorating and falling apart. Alright. Now I'm gonna just stick to this, right? So this is Om Gam Ganapati Nama. We give obeisance to Sri Ganesha, elephant head, large body, remover of obstacles, opener of the way, Lord of auspicious beginnings, son of Shiva and Parvati, illumine the intellect and preside over this new moon analysis, right? So moon in the 6th house, mind and instincts are driven towards work, health, conflicts, and struggles, perils. So it's thoughts about perils, enemies, work. Sun is in the 6th house. Same things, right? So it gives a very dynamic spirit this month. Dynamism, warrior-like activity, right? Mars is in 6th house on sign, so this gives excellent. It either provides excellent service, makes one an excellent warrior. It gives success and efforts over time this month, right? Mercury is the ascendant lord in the 7th house. That's business, that's interactions, that's relationships. So the intellect and work revolves around business and relationships. The focal point for this new moon, based on where we at in Washington D.C., is about the focus revolves around partnerships, interactions, meeting other people. You dig what I'm saying? Mercury is retrograde now, or he's going to be retrograde this month. So it's about returning to old ideas, old business ideas, old business transactions, finishing up on old work. You dig what I'm saying? Or traveling for work. So Venus in the 5th house, that's passions, lusts, driven towards romance, love affairs, sports, enjoyments. It gives fullness of enjoyment. Very creative time. Right? Jupiter in the 11th, there's an opportunity in the friend group. Expansion comes through friends. You get profits. You might make a gain, and you might gather more clients. You know what I'm talking about? Saturn's in the 9th house. Its transformation revolves around the philosophy. There's a transformation revolving around broadcasting. There is a sense of service, strong sense of duty attached to the publishing. 9th lord in the 9th means the fullness of philosophy, fullness of fortunes, right? Very fortunate. Rahu in the 10th, endless passion to make a livelihood. Occult knowledge is a livelihood. Doing something clever, ingenious, right? It's an intense urge to be recognized. K2 is in the 4th. One is detached from their home, separated from them. They letting go of emotional weight, right? First lord in the 7th. Focus revolves around business relationships, communication, exchanging, right? See one meeting people they can do business with. Second lord is in the 6th house. The money revolves around going to work. Money revolves around solving problems. Getting over obstacles and conflicts. Money matters. Whatever. Third lord sun is in 6th house. The efforts once again is motivated towards work. You dig what I'm saying? Your efforts and work bring success. You just driven towards health and work. I got other notes later. 4th lord Mercury's in the 7th house. Happiness comes from business. Happiness from relationships. Emotional support from others. Right? Earned through partnerships. Business can create a good livelihood. 5th lord Venus in the 5th house, fullness of intellect, fullness of investments. It might be a good time to gamble, good time to speculate, good time for just to put money in stocks. Spiritual practices, study of scriptures is beneficial this month. playful entertainer. Sixth Lord in the sixth house, fullness of health. Enemies are conquered, obstacles is removed or conquered. Resistant to sickness and disease, tough, dynamic, excellent service, excellent warrior, good at self-defense. You can find yourself getting assistance, getting some help this month. You might meet some people that'll help you this month. Seventh Lord is in the 11th. Opportunity comes around interactions in the public, meeting people, your partner, your mate, you know. You might meet clients, you dig what I'm saying? Or you might know somebody that can introduce you to clients, right? Because I'm about to do them jobs for free, but I'm going to press you out to just spread the word. So, eighth Lord is in the ninth house. It's a mysterious fortune, mysterious luck. Unexpected reversals in fortune and travel. Strong studies about the occult and the mysterious, right? The father or the guru helps one to develop their finances. Ninth Lord and the ninth fullness of fortune. Money comes easy. Broadcasting, publishing is strong. Honor for one's wisdom. Success in higher education or studies, right? Popular time this month. 10th Lord is in the 11th house. Livelihood revolves around friends, getting clients, helping others to gain, helping others just to meet people, right? Inspiration. Spiritual speaker. 11th Lord is in the 6th house. This is like a bottom. No. 11th to the 11th is the 9th. No. So this brings profits through service and work. Opportunities from service, opportunities in health, income from fraudulent or criminal activities. Feel me? Ain't no more staying grizzle. So 12th Lord Venus is in the 5th house. Spirituality is linked with the passion, enjoyment. So this is a study of scripture, follow spiritual destiny from previous karma. Romance with foreign-born persons, work for adoption or troubled youth. They gonna say, oh yeah, work for adoption or troubled youth. If I'm not mistaken, So, no more on the Scorpio, 5 things. 1, get sexy. 2, advise Wesley. 3, make inner peace. 4, breathe. 5, drop grudges. And then these my last downs. This is the notes. The thing I talked about was, so leading up to this jump, I was just listening to a lot of program on emotional labor, not emotional intelligence. We all got some sense of emotional intelligence, but the understanding of emotional labor, the fact that you might be with somebody and they might realize had like vicious insecurities or fears and phobias about things, or even just false beliefs about how things supposed to work, right? In my case, as a nigga, right, I realize I always see the scarcity model, white supremacy shit, is just resistance in the environment. So I be vigilant to that shit, right? But for some reason, because we niggas, it is what it is. Like, the system needs somebody to blame, pick on, and put a burden on. And it just so happens they pick a nigga. They pick the black man. You feel me? And it's all love, but then it's like, it's designed so that you never be a man. It's like, if you a male, then we cool. You kind of, if you got loose morals, loose ethics, you cool. We not really gonna, we gonna pick on you. The scarcity model is about parasites and shit like that. Predators, but not a predator like a lion is. Even a lion got some type of fucking righteousness about it. A lion only eat when they get hungry. It's no surplus. Like your household cat is a surplus killer, but lions and shit like, they be chilling. They not, right? So that's what that understanding. And then, if I'm not mistaken, on that third quarter moon, one of the rituals was a nigga wake up call. You feel me? Now we can just go with correspondence. Leo has to do with ancestral rights with the star of Maga. So therefore, when transiting through that, even though it's kind of like perfect Falcon, Leo is kind of ancestral, past life karmas. It is your P3s and stuff like that, right? So quarter moon there, oh yeah, it was a vicious, oh catch this nigga wake up call. You don't even know where it's coming from because of the Mars and Sun and Scorpio square and then the Saturn square. Oh yeah, you know, catch this. We gonna just accuse you of something. We just gonna make you seem like you know, you make us uneasy and shit like that. Because when Moon go in Leo, the public is kind of like confident, feeling themselves. They're feeling vital and authoritative. And everybody else kind of gonna be on some like, I mean, let me check you. Let me check your confidence. Let me just try to put friction in your life. You understand what I'm saying? All of that is emotional labor. Like just sometimes if I'm going at 7-Eleven, I got my own cup. Yeah, I patronize this junk, but I'm kind of just down on my luck. They gonna try to treat a nigga like it's illegal to be down on your luck and stuff like that. Now here's the kill. That's how they'll treat me, but let a motherfucker come around me and they be down on their luck. And it's just, and I ain't as fucked up as I am, or even if I am, bro, like, I've still been given and I had shit. And that be what killed me. If you was somebody that don't really know the cost of emotional labor, they think that everything they doing is because they just so fucking perfect, or they could do nothing wrong. Not acknowledging the fact that you realize batshit crazy, and then you I'm already carrying a burden of your insecurities. You dig what I'm saying? Some of the dumbest shit in the world. A lot of people we come in contact with, some of the dumbest shit in the world. I'm carrying that burden, and now you wanna dance around and poke around and do all this and like all this kind of like lame ass shit as if this was on your own efforts. And I stay saying this. I was just talking with Wave about this shit. We talking about God. See, a lot of motherfuckers be wanting to be like, nah, see, God is in me, and no, nigga, all things might be in God. God ain't necessarily in all things. Fuck goofy ass nigga. Like, y'all stay trying to diminish God, put him lesser in something, try and put him in a smaller thing, and then do this and do that, and they just be like, let God be God. Let God be God. Imagine giving a name to something that's unborn. You feel me? Just stop playing with God, man. On me. It's that Luciferian type shit. You're not knowing the emotional labor that I gotta deal with. Like, no. We talking about the absolute unblemished. You motherfuckers gotta chill. I might have went on somewhere else, right? So shit don't get reciprocated properly. No, that's what I was saying. Like salvation, look, it's nothing that I can do. I can sit up there and open 1,000 charities, treat endless people good. That just really just help the world. The world needs it. Malice has been nourishing the world. You dig what I'm saying? Since this fucking junk ended up like this, that ain't gonna do nothing. Salvation is given only by His grace, not through one's self-effort. So likewise, when somebody fucking with you, it ain't not really their self-efforts. You will do some shit for a motherfucker just because you like that motherfucker. It ain't got shit to do with like, oh, well, if you do this for me, then I'll do that for you. That's pushing trick culture. You feel me? It's trick shit. If you knew that you couldn't get nothing from God without some obedience, how would you act? You feel me? Oh yeah, you prayed for this and you got it. You think that was God though? Because I know you wasn't obedient. You really think that was God? You see what I'm saying? Oh, so when we dealing with motherfuckers, we gotta keep that in mind. Like, anytime somebody like real spill, especially if you a nigga, the entitlement, that's kind of, you gotta be vigilant against anybody entitlement. That shit'll get you killed. They don't know how valuable that emotional labor is to deal with somebody's entitlement. The fact that you think I'm treating you well because you just deserve it, it's by my grace. The fuck? And it's not even trying to be so big headed, but like we gotta understand, like all niggas want to talk about, like, yo, you know, God is in me, you know, I am God, ye are gods and shit like that. Like, nah, I'm a man. Like, I'm cool being a man. That's a cool title. And let's let God be God. You know what I'm saying? The fuck is you talking about? So emotional labor is something that if one knew its worth, they would surely make others pay for that. Right? Interestingly enough, Moon, Lord of Emotions, Instinct, right, is money lord. And in the sixth house is service, which is labor, emotional labor. So for me, this was like a confirmation for this fact, right? In Scorpio, the moon is put through a transformation, an intense understanding, right? And it has to surrender some over. So what is the moon? What are we surrendering over? The effort to sit up there and sustain, and depend on emotional depth, or depend on emotional capacity. You dig what I'm saying? Whether if it's our own or others. We changing that shit. That shit gotta change. And we putting a price on that shit. You dig what I'm saying? Gotta put a price on the emotional labor. All the shit I was listening to leading up to this is really the juice for me in this jump. The chief, the eldest, the one that take charge, the one that is king of heaven. Oh yeah, nah, he not playing. He'll beat your ass. Like he's Indra has a way about him that kinda is jealous. Like Scorpios are jealous. It is what it is. And vindictive. And then it's ruled by Mercury as Star Lord. Mercury has green skin because he's green with envy. He deal with that's like that's his secret. His secret is he has jealousy, but some of that come from how the other 26 wives treated that nigga. And he was born out of wedlock, so he just feels some type of way, right? So it's baggage if it's not surrender. Ain't as baggage if you ain't getting nothing for it. You feel me? Like, no funny. I got Saturn in the 6 right now. I also, what the fuck going on with me? So I'm going to just do a transformational period. But then also, bro, like, I was talking to my man Bundy about that shit. He was like, yeah, you know, it came a time. And I figured it was probably like, he probably was going through some Saturn shit. I had to cut. I cut. Like, I can't even say I be trying to talk to get a woman or just have some women around me, but I realized cut that shit off. It's like, nah, nigga kinda got a goal. You got goal, and if not a goal, just a strong sense of duty. And if that shit wasn't working so far, you know, I ain't trying to like sidetrack and make some shit work. Like, nah. And it was fucked up because I was like, that's what shorty ain't getting, shit like that. It's like, you not even knowing, like, I don't, like, I've been said I don't have to put up with this shit. You know and I know I don't need you. I don't think you need me either. I'm trying my hardest. I ain't even gonna say I'm trying my hardest. I'm really just giving you the game, but you just want something else. So because you're not satisfied, that's emotional labor. You dig what I'm saying? Well, I got greed in my heart. So I'm just like, bitch, I'm dying for you to make some money. I know your energy type. Oh, I said it. We just put you in a chair. Motherfuckers will just come up to you. You can make a sale. I watched a dumbass make like 40 some odd dollars and shit. And not even just you. It's like even the other one, bro. Like I just watch y'all. I know what the fuck. I be knowing what's going on. Everything I say, I ain't gonna say it happened, but nigga, I'm out to glorify God, nigga. I want to see what the hell. I want to see what God put in, like the real beauty, not none of that dumb. Oh my gosh, y'all, vanity give me good. That is emotional labor. Vanity is emotional labor. Entitlement is emotional labor. If a motherfucker don't know that they got a counterfeit personality and they walking around life thinking that they're operating in an authentic way and they're not, nigga, that's emotional labor. all that shit. You know, we have to have this understanding. Not mad at nobody, but you feel me? It's draining. It's draining. And then because of like, white supremacy, scarcity model, in y'all mind, you think that you're supposed to put pressure on me because, oh, he a nigga, who gives a fuck, you niggas ain't shit, and you a man, you supposed to deal with it. It's like, oh, I'm about to deal with your dumb ass. You ain't gonna like it though. You feel me? I'm about to deal with your dumb ass. Get that shit in check. I ain't want what the fuck. Emotional labor. So if we read from the moon, it's still six lord associated with the moon. So that may work routine and labor goes conjunct with the emotions, right? We can read six lord Mars is in the first house. Labor is linked with uh, 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 is linked with the focus. And because moon over there, you dig what I'm saying? That means we defensive over one's emotions and minds, peace of mind. It's like, oh, not only am I now charging you to come and disturb my peace of mind with whatever that, but crazy enough, I am feeling defensive as shit. Like, I don't like saying like, oh, yeah, I beat you. It's like, but what? So, moving forward, we just looking for more correspondence. Fourth to the moon shows happiness. Shows support and happiness. Saturn is fourth to the moon. So that shows having boundaries. It's linked with maintaining one's happiness. Privacy. The boundary of privacy is key to supporting a healthy mind state during this transit. Mercury is second to the moon, so we kind of moving towards trade, exchange, sales, communication, learning. Right. Venus is 12th, so you got enough charm to get it done and meet new people and shit like that. Charm and ability makes decent impressions with others. Say that, and then we done. And I'm gonna stop this.